Okay, everyone. So if you're tuning in, you're definitely excited because we got a new patch. And for those that were playing the brand new survival mode, you're going to be getting a lot of good patchwork thrown your way. It seems like looking at the list that I've already popped up, and it's roughly about 4.5 gigabytes. I'm curious if anyone else got any difference on like the gigabyte run. Seems like they're pretty like same with everyone for as far as the way the process runs. So I don't see it being super big of an issue of like with the way it would run in that necessarable point of it being bigger or fluctuating. That's more like you probably missed an update and it's just tacking on another one sometimes, or regions. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and install because that's one of the things that I always do directly. So let's go ahead. I already have it open, so it's gonna be like, yes, let's go ahead and just go do our thing, close our application. It's gonna go like voila, and then we're gonna get to the patch notes, which is pretty cool. They covered a pretty big amount of stuff, so if like lines not crossed was an issue for you, we will be getting into the information on that as well, as didn't want to join up in a situation for progression and properly functionable point in jobs. So there's a lot of work that they did, but a lot of it came in 1.1. The 1.11 variation seems like it was more the survival like mode that they were kind of just planning directly inside of there. So it's so far so good. I'm definitely like seeing like directly installed. So let's go ahead and go to where our patch notes are, and you can kind of see that I've already got it pulled up here too, but I do also have some stability runs of what we have for as far as the convenience of what we were seeing in like the performance that I personally myself had a very nice time playing the 1.10. I didn't have a lot of like just like lags or just like gameplay points, but you can see right here I pulled up on the left where it says by Ben Studios, and they were just like, hey, you know what, we have a convenience today for everyone in the situation of a new patch. Even though it occurred in 1.10, they had a handful of issues that were basically passed on because the 1.09 that they basically had rolled on top of. So this is kind of nice. It seems like we might finally be able to see no longer hot fixes and a lot more just stability. I like that they actually put that in there, that they definitely did have a lot of issues and they focused more on mechanical points in 1.10, and you know, it was way easier for me to play the game and like be more frustrated at myself than just at a WTF moment, how did I just die there, or what the hell just happened, the screen went to black, or I mean there were so many differences. But like as you can see right there, it resolved issues with the related play go where the menu of the screen was not showing in a selectable option during the line not cross. The NPC assigned will function intendedly, and that was an issue that I had where it just wouldn't engage. I would have to go and restart it, and it was like Russian roulette. And like, you know, I very much did not envy most people that didn't just like have the patience to like roll the die over and over again. But if not, this is the patch that you're looking for, and the information that you're definitely going to kind of get inside of those situations. So right here you can see that the intended point past that is that the jobs that didn't want to join up should progressively properly now. So you shouldn't have any issues with that in the situation. Now the fixes that come into the general fixes, and this is where you're kind of getting like more of like where it's going down and like the situationable points of just the generality of what Ben Studio gave us. So the new Dead Don't Ride decal can now be equipped at the mechanical oh, so that kind of sucks. If you were trying to get to that and you really couldn't, I guess now you can. So today's your day. Install the update. At least the HUD should now appear when you hit the R3 when starting a new game in the survival difficulty. Now that's good to know that they're kind of like tuning that. And this is where it showed me that they more sacrificed more of just rolling out the survival mode and focusing on patching the mechanics of the game in 1.10, just because of the way that you can see how heavy and decadent the general fixes are just for the survival difficulty. As we move on to the next one, where it says when at low level, the screen effect will appear correctly in the survival difficulty. So that was an issue before where I noticed myself that the where you can see the decal on the very left and the bottom and the very top right screen, where you have my weapon loadout and my health and my stamina, that was not very proper for me in that situation. That was like a point where it would kind of like blip out, like it was like some weird ass strobe light. It didn't pan out really well. So like you can kind of see right here past that where you can go down to the point where we have the update when the text for the survival difficulty mode starts up on the screen. So it's like now you're gonna see more and more of the survival thing kind of disappear probably in the next patch, and they're probably gonna wind down on the selection past what they basically plug in there for submission of threads, because they're looking for any kind of raw patches. So if you are watching this video and you definitely do have like, hey, there is this bug by the way, and I watch it, and they definitely cleaned up their act. Like it wasn't like anything of the saga of 1.08 and 1.09. Those were lack of better terminology, they just sucked. I don't know what the hell was going on there. They forgot a 0 or 1, something like that. But so you can see that it comes up into the mop-up point of what they're trying to get down to the portions of updates, because they don't have an unlimited amount of money in order to keep functioning on a situation like that. So you can kind of see that like more the situation is that we kind of get down to the portions of where we can get to the tail end of the patches, and the corrected an issue where the trophies "Don't Stop Me Now" was rewarded prior to the completing of the requirements. I wonder if I got that. That's hilarious. If so, I don't mind. Like that's an exploit. That's not really a glitch or a bug. That is just a pure exploit for someone who's just like, okay, cool, shit, I just got it for barely doing nominal work. Yay me! Like, good job, you. But anyways, like as you can kind of see in the situation as we kind of push forward, as you can kind of see that we have the executioner skill will function properly against the breaker. So that's good. I've gotten my fair share where I kind of walked up, and that's where you'll notice that my streams, I usually just chop them down to size really fast in this situation, and they weren't really like that hard to like beat up, so I didn't really use the skill point because I knew it was kind of broken. You can kind of sometimes sneak up on them, sometimes not. Just dependent. But as you can see, the monotonous Ben Studio like copy and paste right down there. Our current plans for the team is slowing down for the amount of patches we released. So like I said, they're not, but they're giving feedback, and like you can see right there where it says you can click the thread. Just go on Reddit, it's very easy to find. But that's pretty much it, as you can kind of see in the situation where I've pretty much broadcasted the news of more of the correct portions of just like this patch. And as you can see, we can go right back to the PlayStation. I want to point something out for everyone as we have it already installed, and I'm back here. And yes, if you're wondering what my shirt says, it says vote yes on the zombie apocalypse. So don't forget to vote whenever it's time to vote, or drop dead knowing that you just didn't do it and the zombie apocalypse went over our head again. Damn it. Anyways, that's not what I brought you guys and gals here for. What I brought you guys and gals here is for this. We're gonna go back to the PlayStation screen. So if you haven't gotten this update and your PlayStation was just like a little punk and it's just like, I'm tired, fine, go take a nap and find the update. But just check the update. It's actually not that hard. And if you have an issue with the update, the easiest thing to do, besides my cameo portion over here, I mean to go over here on the opposite side real fast, is go to the notification screen. You can delete, if you need be, the update, and then restart again. Sometimes they do become fragmented, but it should be about 4 gigabytes. It's not horrible, it's not the best, but in today's internet, it's kind of mediocre. I mean, if it was 16 to 12 gigs, then I'd be like, yeah, that's a decent amount of time for most people. That's only like maybe 10 minutes for me, 10, 20 minutes. Not too bad. Yes, the internet that plays well and fast is very nice. But the point that I was getting at is you can look up into the update histories where you can check here, and then they're going to say that it's up to date. But the more important thing is right above it is the actual physical update histories that is below it. So you can see right there that they didn't really put much. Look at this, you're like, WTF, Ben Studio? What did you do? And I found the patch notes. Reddit is beautiful, and that's why I like dwelling on it. It gives you a lot of information that a lot of people don't necessarily have. And for most people that are just popping in, I'm gonna go ahead and pop back over to the portion of the overlay, and you can kind of see that's where our patch was. It wasn't too much, but it was a lot more survival induced. But this is your boy MacGyver7 signing out. If you're new to the channel and you've gotten this far and you enjoyed the news, definitely join. I do a lot of this. Anytime when there's patches drop for games that I'm playing currently or installed on my system, I will try to cover them as fast as I possibly can. Just because I know like there are bugs, and we all as a community get really tired of watching like the same shit go over and over again. Us as a community talking. If there's still a bug currently that introduced by 1.11, drop a comment. I'm very curious to see what people would have actually entailed and what they have actually been able to chronologue in their journeys of days gone. Because I've seen some crazy crap. I've had a bear that like I blew up. I mean, I didn't even throw the Molotov. It just like blew up. It was pretty crazy. I've had the screen blank out. I've had a zombie run at me like Flash Gordon. Like literally, it like ran out before the horde, and then the horde appeared, and I was like so scared. That was the one time I was the most terrified. Was when it was there. But generality of most people that are popping in, because I do see it's kind of filling up a little bit, and I'll bring this down just a little bit so they can kind of see what we have here on the right hand screen is just more like gameplay of the 1.10 that basically got us back to where we were as stability. The more stability that came more is if you're switching over the survival mode in this situation, you had a very nice I guess patch work done for you so you can play the game properly, if it be down to HUD to gameplay missions that have been basically there for a good second. But this is your boy MacGyver7th signing out, saying thank you so much for staying tuned. If you're new to the network, slam that subscription button like a Liberty Bell and crack it down the center so you can get all the notifications when I go live again. But boys and girls, thanks again for spending some time with my channel, and I will see you guys in the future. Peace.